for joining me again on the Blooming Journey vlog series. In our last video, we talked about the different routes to publication, and in this video, we're going to dive a little bit deeper into the actual production process itself. So once you finish your manuscript, you're then going to want to move into the editing phase. And so for us, this was a two-prong approach. First, I wanted to get some real life feedback from users and educators that are actually going to be reading the books with their kids. So I hosted a sip and proof party, which is my take on a focus group. After they getting their feedback, I then moved to the production team with our hybrid publisher Mascot Books, and we had it professionally edited by their team, which goes into everything from content editing to grammatical editing and just making sure the flow and the I's were dotted, T's were crossed, and everything was good to go. So once you have your manuscript finalized, you'll want to move into the illustration phase. And this, of course, starts with picking an illustrator. So you can go through your publishing company, you can go through online resources like Instagram or LinkedIn, or you could even go through representation companies themselves who represent illustrators from all over the world. So I kind of knew that, I had this feeling that when we found the right illustrator for our series, it would kind of feel like picking your own wedding dress, right? You just know when you found the one. And so that is kind of how I felt when I came across Kristen's portfolio. You want to make sure their style, their techniques, their portfolio, and their samples, you can see translate into what you envision for your series or for your book. And that's how we decided to go with Kristen. You then go and sign a contract and you begin the work. So for us, we started with some character sketches. We wanted to kind of get the overall characters and feel, set up for not only this title, but the series to follow. So once we got those squared away, she went ahead and started working through the spreads. And so of course, if you're reading a children's picture book, you have 2 pages at a time. We had 12 spreads, a front cover, back cover, title page, and started working through those 3 at a time. She'd do the rough sketches and we'd approve or change little things here and there. Ended up cutting down on my end a lot of the text because it was too text heavy and it was cutting into all the illustrations that I wanted on that page. So just that kind of process, again, takes a good 4 to 6 months. And then by the end of it, you have your colorized final copies and you are ready to go. So the final phase before sending to print is your formatting phase or graphic design, book design phase. This is when you're going to marry your text, your finalized manuscript with the illustrations. Again, you want to make sure, I kind of did a rough layout just on my own to make sure that the amount of text I had per page and per spread was fitting with the illustrations that she had. And like I said, I did have to cut down. I'd rather cut down on my text than have her cut back on illustrations because illustrations are important in a children's book. So then you hand it over to graphic designers who will professionally lay it out for you. You'll be able to pick fonts. You'll be able to pick some accent fonts. They'll do everything from, designing the spine and the covers, which Kristen did design the typeface for our cover. So that looks amazing, all put together. And you want to make sure the files have the right trim marks. They have the right gutter sizes and, nothing's too close to the gutter, too close to the edges and things get cut off, and trim sizes and bleed sizes and all that like that. If that means nothing to you, then make sure you have a professional formatter and designer who does know what that means and can upload the correct files, whether you're uploading to a print-on-demand service or whether you're sending it off to print for offset printing. So once your files are ready to print, we're going to pick up with that process as well as sales and distribution in our next video. So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you again on the Blooming Journey vlog series.